Something has to be done because this is not okay. This is not okay. Emotionally, like I'm messed up behind this. My daughter sometimes at night she cries because of what has happened to her, and it's not fair. It's not fair.
Yeah,
It's not fair.
you're right. It's not. And this is wrong. And so, district, I hope that you're listening because this is what's happening on your campuses. And we're talking about creating a marketing plan to get more children in the classroom, but we can't even keep the children safe that are already in them. Thank you for tuning in to Teaching for the Culture. This is your host, Bianca Goolsby, and I'm so excited to be with you today. Unfortunately, we're here due to a couple of incidences that have taken place at Burnett Middle School, which is a school in Hillsborough County. I had the opportunity to actually see the post circulating on Facebook, and I was actually tagged in the comments, and that's how I was able to see the post. And so I ended up following up with the mother to figure out what exactly happened, what did the district do in order to kind of rectify the situation that was posted on social media. I wanted to bring Vanessa on the interview and her daughters with us as well. And we want to actually talk about the situation that has been going on and some of the action steps that the district can do moving forward. So, hey, Vanessa, how are you?
I'm good.
So I have a question for you, and I thank you so much for reaching out during your situation. So can you tell everyone what happened and what led up to your social media post?
Well, this is the second time something like this has happened to my child, and nothing was done the first time. And for her to have to go through it again, I felt like if I speak up and reach out through social media, then maybe someone could possibly do something to help or even let me know what I have to do so that something could be done about this situation.
What was the situation? What took place at her school?
Uh, the first incident, her and a young lady, within passing, I guess, exchanged some words, and the young lady spit on her. Um, with that incident, I was told that nothing could be done. I even went to the sheriff that was in the school and I asked if I could press charges, you know, due to my daughter being spit on, and it's COVID-19 and there's other things that a person can carry in their mouth. I was just concerned for her safety at that moment. I was told that nothing could be done. Then, not even 30 days later, a friend of the same young lady, I guess, exchanged words with, and she spit on her in her face. And I was like, okay, enough is enough. And I just, I need something to be done. Something needs to happen because right now, they're not even setting an example to say in the school, like, hey, this is not okay.
What has the district done in order to address some of the incidences that have occurred on their property?
Okay, from the first incident, I was told that something would be done, but they couldn't tell me, they couldn't give me any information concerning another student. And that was it as far as that situation. Uh Again, I tried to see if I could possibly press charges. I was told that, the state is not gonna waste time and money on something like this. And then that incident, in the first incident, the young lady sent someone after my daughter to attack her. And that totally got flipped all the way around to where I'm waiting to go to court now because charges were pressed against her for being attacked. So she defended herself in that situation. And it was, oh, well, she pounced on the girl who attacked her. So now we're pressing charges on your daughter, which I still don't have. I don't have no understanding to that situation.
So let me get this straight. So there was a child that spat on your daughter during COVID-19 and there were no charges that were brought forth. In fact, they told you that they weren't going to do that. But then when your child was targeted and she fought back, now all of a sudden charges were filed, right?
Yes, but against my child.
But charges were filed against your child, but there was no charges that were filed against the child that spat on her.
Correct.
What would you like the district to do about this situation?
I mean, I just want something done. I want these kids to know that it's not okay, that this COVID thing is very serious. And again, it's not okay to just spit in somebody's face or spit on them. I really don't know what the district can do, but whatever they can do, I'm all for. I just want to be able to feel like it's safe to go to school. If I could afford to have someone tutor her, to have her, and keep her home, then I would do that. She has an IEP and stuff, so it's kind of hard because she has, a learning disability. So it's hard for me. And, and I commend these teachers that go out there and work with these students every day, because it was hard for me when I did have her at home trying to teach her, her schoolwork and stuff like that. But to know that I'm sending her to school and I pick her up and drop her off every day. And, to me, that makes me feel like, okay, well, there's a little bit of safety there because she's not riding the bus. She's not walking home. But then once she goes in that gate, I don't know what's going on with my child. And then it's been a number of times to where incidents have happened and they won't even let her call me at first. They say that they have to do an investigation. Or one time her phone was taken from her because they knew that she was going to call me, and they took her phone from her so that she couldn't reach out and say, hey, mom, this is what happened in school today. So it's like, I feel like my kid is unsafe. So whatever the district can do, I mean, I just want everybody to be held accountable for their actions in this situation.
Agreed. I'm right there with you. And so so you had made a post on Facebook and it was a picture of your daughter and it was spit on her face and it was shared, and even school board members had even commented on that post. And so I want to know, has anyone reached out to you after you posted what you posted on social media in regards to what happened to your child?
Yes, I've received a few messages with different phone numbers that I can contact and call. And then my sister is the one who informed me about you. So, I mean, I've been, trying my best to get back to, the messages that I've been receiving, but it's kind of hard because I deal with my kids and stuff at home, and then, I just be having some stuff going on.
Absolutely. Absolutely. This is just something that I wanted to have you on here because, this is trauma, and this is trauma for your child. And so I just wanted to ask her a couple of questions and just ask her, like, how do you feel about what's been happening at your school? Do you feel safe? Like, just kind of tell me how you feel.
I don't really feel safe. I feel safe sometimes. Like when I'm in the classroom with other teachers and other people, I feel safe. But as soon as it's time for a class change, I don't really feel safe.
And when there's like class change happening, there's kids everywhere, I'm sure. How is the supervision like in the bathroom? Because I know that one of the incidences took place in the bathroom. So how did that even happen?
So I was in a classroom because I was getting extra help on one of my tests. And then I asked to go to the bathroom. And then I guess the girl, she came out the lunchroom and she came in the bathroom and asked me why did I lie on her friend and say that she spit on me. And I was like, she did spit on me. And then she pulled my hair. And then that's when we started fighting.
So there was no supervision in the bathroom, and there was.
They don't have teachers in the bathrooms.
Gotcha.
But okay. Now they have teachers standing outside the bathrooms.
Good. Okay. So In a perfect world, since you're in school right now, what are some of the things that we can do to make school better and safe?
I have teachers watching the bathrooms and have teachers watching everywhere.
Yeah.
So like in the hallways.
Yeah, and like the hallways, so
in the stairwells.
So this doesn't happen again to anyone and not just me.
Yeah. So emotionally, this happened to you, and like how does this make you feel?
Sometimes sad and sometimes mad.
Yeah. Then that's fair.
Because you just spit on me for no reason. I don't know who you are. You don't know who I am, and you just spit on me.
That is nasty. And I'm so sorry that you're dealing with this. And I promise your mom and your auntie that I'm going to hold people accountable. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. So, Mom, what advice do you give parents in a community regarding their children, particularly because of this situation?
Excuse me. I think that parents should ask their kids questions every day. Ask them how their day went. Ask them what happened in school, because a lot of this stuff is not coming to the light. A lot of these teachers are even saying stuff to our kids in school, and nobody knows about it. But just ask your kids questions. Ask them how their day went. What happened in this period, or how is this teacher towards you, or just listen to your kid when they say, oh, hey, Mom, I have something to tell you about my day. Just listen, because it's a lot of stuff that's going on behind them gates that we know nothing about. Nothing. And it's nothing that we can do. Or, I mean, there's nothing that, because it's not, I would feel better if I could go to school and hold a pen and go with her to every class. Like, that would make me feel 100% better. But I know that I can't do that.
Yeah.
And it, it's just hurtful, because to know that she had to go through something like that, who would imagine something like that for their kid?
Yeah.
Imagine something like that could even happen to their child.
Especially during a pandemic.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah. It's really important that you are intentional. We need to have some real conversations, because the behavior that we are seeing in our school sites are improper. It's not right. And children need to be held accountable, as well as parents. This mom sent her child to school to learn, and not to be beat up, not to be spat on, not to be called names, but to learn, to get an education. Just my last question that I have is, how do we move forward, and what are some of the demands that you have for the district?
Come up with some type of safety for the schools to protect the children. Made a good point about having teachers, walking in the halls or the stairwells, or, even maybe checking the restrooms every now and again to make sure nothing is going on, because that's where a lot of the incidents and stuff are happening at the school, in the bathrooms, in the stairwells, and there's nobody there, or there's no one around to see what's going on. I would just like for the district to see, come up with a plan, a safety plan for the children, to protect them in any way that they can while they're in school, while they're under their supervision.
Yeah.
This stuff can't keep happening.
You're right. I don't know if you know, but this is the same school that was featured in the news last year. There was a teacher that was abused by a student. And so this is something where we really need to get a grip on the behavior that's happening on school campuses. not just at your particular school that your daughter attends, but all over the county. And so I just thank you, and thank you both for your willingness to be transparent and to kind of talk about the situation that is both impacting you in different ways. And I just want to say to you, young queen, that, I'm sorry that that happened to you. And I'm thankful that you are bold enough to just say what happened and to demand accountability. And that's very bold and noble of you. And I'm very proud of you for that. And mom, thank you for being a good mother to your child and giving her the space to let her talk about her feelings and emotions, because a lot of households don't have that, unfortunately. And for those that are watching, number one, we're going to hold the district accountable to ensure that they're handling this with accountability, transparency, and integrity. But also, too, not just for this young queen, but for other children that are attending school, they should be in a safe space. And so there's a couple of action items that we have here. And mom just wants security to know that when she's sending her child to school, that she's going to be safe. And I don't think that that is a hard ask. And I don't think that that's something that's unreasonable. So we're going to look for the district to figure out what is their plan moving forward.